source outside my sycamore tree, sing on the green willow. Her hand on her bottom, her hand on her knee, sing willow, willow, willow. The fresh streams run by, and mama, sing willow, willow, willow. The sun's so and so willow, willow, willow. Really highly, you gonna sing all green willow. That's my darling, that nobody is so.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Wheel of Shakespeare Challenge, streaming live from Bakersfield. This time I'm with Emily and was able to get my stuff set up so that I didn't have to cancel, even though I'm away from home. Got all the stuff set up here, so I'm glad we're able to continue, even though I'm not at home. A remote setting, looks like it's streaming here just as well as anywhere else. I'm glad to be here with Bill, Maggie, and Henry to perform randomly chosen scenes and Shakespeare monologues for you today. And if there's anybody watching on YouTube, well, wants to participate, but they're in YouTube, there's a waiting room. I know there's still room for more people in here, but if there gets to be more than 6 and you're waiting to get in to perform, leave a comment on the YouTube video. I'll be checking that periodically to see who's waiting, if there's people waiting to come in. But anyway, let's see if it's just the 4 of us. Let me double check, see if there's nobody else trying to get in. It doesn't look like it. So based on the 4 of us, of the 4 of us, I go first. So let me bring up the wheel for myself. Let's see what monologue I'm going to perform to start things off. Solid flesh. Okay. Give me a second, I'm trying to find it. Okay. Oh, that this too solid flesh should melt, thaw and resolve itself into a dew, that the everlasting had not fixed his cannon against self-slaughter. Oh, God, how weary, stale, flat, and unprofitable seem to me all the use of this world. Find! Fie is an unweeded garden that grows to seed. Things rank and gross in nature possess it merely. It come to this, 2 months dead. Nay, not so much as 2, so excellent a king was this Hyperion to a satyr, so loving to my mother that he might not beteem the winds of heaven, visit her face too roughly. Heaven and earth must I remember. She would hang on it as if increase of appetite had grown by what it fed on. And yet within a month, think on't. Frailty, thy name is woman. A little month, or ere those shoes were old with which she followed my poor body, my poor father's body, like Niobe, all tears. Why she, even she, oh, the beast that wants discourse, reason would have mourned longer. Married with my uncle, my father's brother, but no more like my father than I to Hercules, within a month. The salt of most unrighteous tears had left the flushing in her gullet eyes. She married. Oh, most wicked speed to post with such dexterity to incestuous sheets. It is not, nor it cannot come of good. Break my heart, for I must hold my tongue. Okay. Bill, you're up next. And after Bill will be Henry, unless there's somebody else in the waiting room. I'll check over there. Okay, so Bill is going to do
Okay.
Oh, I know a bank where the
That's the first words.
I know. Oh, I'm sorry. I put it as it's Oberon. It's I know a bank where the wild time blows.
Oh yeah, I just found it. Okay.
Hold on a second. I put that as Puck. It's actually speaking to Puck. I got labeled correctly. You're Oberon, not Puck.
I know a bank where the wild thyme blows, where oxlips and the nodding violet grows, white ore over canopied with luscious woodbine, with sweet musk roses and with eglantine. There sleeps Titania some time of the night, lulled in these flowers with dances and delight. And there the snake throws her enameled skin, weed wide enough to wrap a fairy in. And with the juice of this I'll streak her eyes and make her full of hateful fantasies. Take thou some of it, and seek through this grove. A sweet Athenian lady is in love with a disdainful youth. Anoint his eyes, but do it when the next thing he espies may be the lady. Thou shalt know the man by the Athenian garments he have on. Effect it with some care, that he may prove more fond on her than she upon her love. And look thou meet me ere the first cock crow. See.
Okay, very nice. So up next we have Henry, and then we'll have Maggie. It's just looks like I am regularly checking to see if there's anybody else trying to get in. I know Sheila said she couldn't make it, so. Okay, Henry, you're up. And let's bring the wheel up for you now, see what you're going to do. Okay, so Henry is going to be performing. Oh, God, whatever you like.
I do actually have a wild card here.
So what are you going to be doing for us?
It's King Lear, Act 4, Scene 6. So Lear's pretty much bad. He's talking to Gloucester.
This is Lear himself right now?
Yeah. He's talking to Gloucester, and so Gloucester says, the trick of that voice I do well remember is not the king.
Okay, so whenever you're ready, go ahead.
This is Lear 4, Scene 6. Aye, every inch a king. When I do stir, see how the subject quakes. I pardon that man's life. What was thy cause? Adultery? Thou shalt not die. Die for adultery? No. The wren goes to it, and the small gilded fly doth lecher in my sight. Let copulation thrive. For Gloucester's bastard son was kinder to his father than my daughters got 'tween the lawful seats. To it, luxury, pell-mell, for I lack soldiers. Beyond, behold yon simpering dame, whose face between her forks presages snow, that minces virtue, and doth shake the head to hear of pleasure's name. The fichu nor the soiled horse goes to it with a more riotous appetite. Down from the waist they are centaurs, though women all above. But to the girdle do the gods inherit. Beneath is all the fiends. There's hell, there's darkness, there's the sulphurous pit, burning, scalding stench, consumption, fie, bah, bah. Give me an ounce of civet, good apothecary, to sweeten my imagination. There's money for thee.
Okay, great. The other among the great things about having this wasn't an original idea. I think it was about a year ago. After we'd been going for about a year, I got the idea of putting wild card on. And the good thing about it is when you spin, not just to add to the fact that somebody can do whatever they want, they can do whatever they want, even if it's not already on the wheel. And when that happens, they often introduce us to something I hadn't thought that would probably be a good addition to the wheel. So Henry, go ahead, email me in the next week about the location of that one you just did, because that looks like that'd be a great one to add to the wheel for somebody else to do randomly when they get chosen. So thanks for giving us something new. Now let's put Maggie in the stream. She's going to be our last monologue before we switch to a couple scenes for the four of us. And Maggie is going to do now. Oh, this is one of the old. This, finally we're getting some of the new stuff. we added a bunch of new stuff to the wheel, and we've been spinning the same old stuff. But this is the first of the mini that I added. I added there's the two choruses, the opening to Act 1, the more famous one, Two Households, Both Alike in Dignity. This is the other one where after Romeo and Juliet have fallen in love for the in Act 1. The chorus is giving a new introduction to what's to follow after that. So this is the prologue. Now it starts with now old desire. Hold me, give me a second. Create the banner.
Tell me when. I'm not, because I'm looking at the text, not
Okay, go ahead.
okay. Now old desire doth his deathbed lie, and young affection gapes to be his heir. That fair for which love groaned for and would die with tender Juliet matched is now not fair. Now Romeo is beloved and loves again, alike bewitched by the charm of looks, but to his foe supposed he must complain, and she steal love's sweet bait from fearful hooks. Being held a foe, he may not have access to breathe such vows as lovers use to swear. And she, as much in love, her means much less to meet her new beloved anywhere. But passion lends them power, time means to meet tempering extremities with extreme sweet.
Awesome. So awesome job, everybody, today on the monologues. Now for the scenes, won't do a lot. We'll probably wrap pretty early when we only have 4 of us. I would, just let me know over the next week by email. I told you there are features about the new streaming software that I definitely like better. I don't know if some people were complaining about having to wait. Only 6 people in the stream here. They have to notify me on YouTube. But the thing is, there's 4 people. That's enough room for everybody in here. So I just don't know if the reason I'm getting so few people in the last couple weeks is because they really hate this new streaming platform. I like this, but if it's driving people away, then I'll definitely go back to the old one, despite my preferences. But I look forward to talking with everybody about that. See if that's real. Like, I know Sheila said she had a prior commitment. That's why she couldn't make it. But I don't know if the reason a lot of people aren't coming is because they really hate this new platform. But you can let me know over the course of the next week. So anyway, let's find some scenes for the 4 of us to do. All's well that ends well. Bertram and Diana. Act 4, Scene 2. And oh, good. This is a new edition. Llewellyn and the King, Henry V, Act 4, Scene 7. And this is after Llewellyn has spoken to Gower about kill the boys with the luggage, and the king comes in and they share a brief thing about about the king's Welsh partial Welsh heritage, so they share a bond over that. So it's Llewellyn and the King. Act 4, Scene 7. Henry and then Llewellyn. So the 4 roles: Bertram. So the 4 roles to choose from: Bertram, Diana, in All's Well That Ends Well, King Henry, and Llewellyn in Henry V, Act 4, Scene 7. So, Maggie, what would you like to do?
I think I would like, let's see. I'm trying to kind of get, I'll do Henry V. I'll be Henry.
Okay.
With Llewellyn.
Okay. Henry, what would you like?
Llewellyn, please.
And Okay, so it's between Bertram and Diana, you and me. Which one do you want to be?
Well, I'll take Bertram, okay?
Okay. Okay, so let's find that scene.
What's acting scene with that?
It's Act 4, Scene 2, All's Well That Ends Well.
Okay. Starting from the top.
Give me a second. I haven't found that. I think it's if it, well, Act 4, Scene 2. Sorry. Yeah, so it looks like it's just the two. So we start from the top. Okay, so you start.
They told me that your name was Fontebelle?
No, my good lord, Diana.
Oh, titled goddess, and worth it with addition. But fair soul, in your fine frame hath love no quality? If quick fire of youth light not your mind, you are no maiden, but a monument. When you are dead, you should be such a one as you are now, for you are cold and stem, and now you should be as your mother was when your sweet self was got.
She then was honest.
Oh, so should you be.
No, my mother did but duty. Such, my lord, as you owe to your wife.
No more of that. I prithee, do not strive against my vows. I was compelled to her, but I love thee by love's own sweet constraint, and will forever do thee all rights of service.
Aye, so you serve us till we serve you. But when you have our roses, you barely leave our thorns to prick ourselves and mock us with our bareness.
How have I sworn?
'Tis not the many oaths that make the truth, but the single vow that is vowed true. What is not holy that we swear not by, but take the highest to witness? Then pray you, tell me, if I should swear by God's great attributes I loved you dearly, would you believe my oaths? When I did love you ill? This has no holding. To swear by him who I protest to love that I will work against him. Therefore your oaths are words and poor conditions, but unsealed, at least in my opinion.
Change it, change it. Be not so wholly cruel. Love is holy, and my integrity ne'er knew the crafts that you do charge men with. Stand no more often, but give thyself unto my sick desires, who then recover. Say thou art mine, and ever my love, as it begins, shall so persevere.
I see that men make ropes in such a scare that we'll forsake ourselves. Give me that ring.
I'll lend it thee, my dear, but have no power to give it from me.
Will you not, my lord?
It is an honor longing to our house, bequeathed down from many ancestors, which were the greatest obliquity in the world in me to lose.
Mine honor is such a ring. My chastity is the jewel of our house, bequeathed down from many ancestors, which were the greatest obloquy in the world in me to lose. Thus, your own proper wisdom brings in the champion honor on my part against your vain assault.
Here, take my ring, my house, my honor, yea, my life be thine, and I'll be bid by thee.
When midnight comes, knock at my chamber window. I'll order, take my mother shall not hear. Now will I charge you in the band of truth, when you have conquered my yet maiden bed. Remain there but an hour, nor speak to me. My reasons are most strong, and you shall know them, when back again this ring shall be delivered. And on your finger in the night I'll put another ring, that what in time proceeds may token to the future our past deeds. Adieu. Till then, then fail not. You have won a wife to me, so there my hope be done.
Heaven on earth I have won by wooing thee.
For which live long to thank both heaven and me. You may sow in the end. My mother told me just how he would woo, as if she sat in his heart. She says all men have the like oaths. He had sworn to marry me when his wife's dead. Therefore I'll lie with him when I am buried. Since Frenchmen are so braid, marry that will, I live and die a maid. Only in this disguise I think it no sin to cozen him that would unjustly win. Okay. Little preparations for one of Shakespeare's favorite gags of the bed switching trick. Okay, so now we have Henry and Maggie to be the king and Fluellen.
Mark, there's quite a bit of other characters speaking in that scene.
Yeah,
And the
was,
part with just the two of them is teeny.
Yeah, it is. I just wanted to get that little exchange. Do you not like that? Would you like to spin again for the two of you?
Well, I just, I don't know. I'd
rather do a longer scene. I mean, that's going to take it.
Okay,
you guys could join in if you want.
I thought it was a short. We have a couple scenes and monologues that are short but sweet. And I've enjoyed them. I've even taken roles that were small because I thought they were good. But if you hate it, I
don't want to say hate. That's a pretty strong.
I hate it.
I'm just saying, huh? You hate it? Good.
I'll keep it on the wheel in case other people would like.
Well, you really need to have it for 4 people then, or 3 people, because there are other parts in it that are quite significant. They're not just a couple of lines.
Yeah.
So you might want to do the whole scene that, with 4 people. That would be.
Since you two don't want to do something bigger, I'll spin again for the two of you, but I'll see if of the 3 people here, I would like to.
If you want to go ahead and join someone else in, then we'll do it. We don't have to.
If somebody would like to be the king to my Fluellen, I would
just
like
that little short section.
Well, if you're doing that, I mean, the only reason I hate it is because there's so little of it. But if you let us do that, and then let us do a longer scene as well. But
okay, well, let me spin for a longer scene for the two of you then.
Yeah. Okay. we can do both. We can do 2 shorties.
See, that's part of the reason I even sure stuck me at the same stuff a lot. I was looking for more variety. And that's how we got that. I know we've done this several times, but if you're, I think this is the.
Well, you could take it off the wheel too for.
Yeah, I have it. So when I recycle them, do you want?
I'm very happy to do this.
Yeah,
is this good?
We'll do it.
Okay.
You want to do it, Henry?
Yes.
Okay, and
okay, let me create the banner for that.
What is
2
it?
2 was 2 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which one do you want to do, Maggie?
I'll be Lady Macbeth.
Okay.
Okay.
I love this scene. I love this scene.
Yeah. Let's see. Find it. 2 2 Macbeth.
You need to.
2 2. Okay.
You need to take me out at the beginning, Mark.
You have to give me a cue because I don't. Tell me when I should.
Okay, I'm sorry. I took Henry out because he told me to. Okay, yes. So go ahead and start now.
Okay. That which hath made them drunk hath made me bold. What hath quenched them hath given me fire. Hark, peace. It was the owl that shrieked, the fatal bellman, which gives the sternst good night. He is about it. The doors are open. The surfeited grooms do mock their charge with snores. I have drugged their possets, that death and nature do contend about them, whether they live or die.
Who's there? What ho?
Alack, I am afraid they have waked and 'tis not done. The attempt and not the deed confounds us. Hark, I laid their daggers ready. He could not miss 'em. Had he not resembled my father as he slept, I had done't. My husband.
I have done the deed. Didst thou not hear the noise?
I heard the owl scream and the crickets cry. Did not you speak?
When?
Now.
Was I descended?
I,
Hark! Who lies in the second chamber?
Donalbain.
This is a sorry sight.
A foolish thought to say a sorry sight.
As one did laugh in sleep, and one cried murder. They did wake each other. I stood and heard them. But they did say their prayers and addressed them again to sleep.
There are two lodged together.
One cried, God bless us, and Amen, the other. As they had seen me with these hangman's hands and listening their fear, I could not say Amen when they did say God bless us.
Consider it not so deeply.
Wherefore could I not pronounce Amen? I had most need of blessing, and Amen stuck in my throat.
These deeds must not be thought after these ways, so it will make us mad.
Methought I heard a voice cry, sleep no more. Macbeth does murder sleep. The innocent sleep. Sleep that knits up the ravelled sleeve of care, the death of each day's life, sore labour's bath, balm of hurt minds, great nature's second course, chief nourisher in life's feast.
What do you mean?
Still it cried, sleep no more to all the house. Garms has murdered sleep, and therefore Cawdor shall sleep no more. Macbeth shall sleep no more.
Who was it that thus cried? Why, worthy thane, do you unbend your noble strength to think so brain sickly of things? Go get some water and wash this filthy witness from your hand. Why did you bring these daggers from the place? They must lie there. Go carry them and smear the sleepy grooms with blood.
I'll go no more. I'm afraid to think what I have done. Look on't again, I dare not.
Infirm of purpose. Give me the daggers. The sleeping and the dead are but as pictures. 'Tis the eye of childhood that fears a painted devil. If he do bleed, I'll gild the faces of the grooms withal, for it must seem their guilt.
Whence is that knocking? How is it with me that every noise appalls me? What hands are here? They pluck out mine eyes with all great Neptune's ocean, wash this blood clean from my hand. No, this my hand will rather the multitudinous seas of Incardine make the green one red.
My hands are of your color, but I shame to wear a heart so white. I hear a knocking at the south entry. Retire we to our chamber, and little water clears us of this deed. How easy is it then? Your constancy hath left you unattended. Hark, more knocking. Go, get on your nightgown, lest occasion call us and show us to be watchers. Be not lost so poorly in your thoughts.
I know my need, to best not know myself. Wake, Duncan, with thy knocking, I would thou couldst.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah,
Actually, perfect solution. Now, you guys want to do that? I noticed John just joined us, so that does solve a problem here. Is that if he can jump in to that scene that you guys didn't want to do because you thought it was too short, and hi, John.
Hi.
Glad you made it. I don't know how much you saw, but we had originally had it was a very small scene that we had assigned to Maggie and Henry from Henry V, the Llewellyn, and they said please do it again because they thought it was so short. In fact, I like that scene a lot, and I was but when they saw how short it was, they didn't want it anymore. Since it's already been spun, why don't you and I do that one, the Llewellyn? It's Act 4, Scene 7. It's just after Mountjoy has come in. It would start with, he has asked Mountjoy, they call it Agincourt, and then to take it from Henry's line, then call we this the field of Agincourt. Fought on the day of Christmas, to be honest. There was a little exchange between him and Llewellyn before the stuff starts with Williams again. So is that would you want to be?
Of course. No, I'll do that if that's.
Would you like to be King or Llewellyn?
Why don't you choose, please? I'm not that familiar with the scene, but would you? Maybe you should take the bigger part.
Okay. I'll take Llewellyn then. You can be the King. With Act 4, Scene 7, Mountjoy says you've asked what is this castle that stands hard by? Mountjoy says they call it Agincourt, and then it's just you and me, King and Llewellyn for a little bit. Then call we this the field of Agincourt. We'll take it from there. That's your line.
Oh, okay. Then now, see, I'm so bad that I don't even know the play. Which play are you referring to?
Henry V. This is just after the Battle of Agincourt. They've just won, and Llewellyn reminding him.
Oh, okay. Let me see here.
Henry V, Act 4, Scene 7. You scroll down. The Mountjoy is just with, and Henry's line is that we started with is then call we this the field of Agincourt, fought on the day of Crispin Crispianus.
Okay. Scene. See, Henry V.
Act 4, Scene 7.
Okay. Act 4. Oh, okay. Okay, I am there. I've lost the screen where I can see you, but you can still see me, right?
Yeah, I can see you. It's good. So whenever you're ready, go ahead.
Now, is it the beginning at the top?
No. It starts with it's scroll down. It's about halfway through it. It's a very short scene. That's why Maggie and Henry ended up deciding they didn't want to do it because they thought the scene was too short. But it's just a bit.
So what's the first lines then, please? I'm sorry.
The first line is yours. It's then call we this the field of Agincourt.
Oh,
your cue is Mountjoy saying they call it Agincourt.
Okay. Then call we this the field of Agincourt, fought on the day of Crispin Crispianus.
Your grandfather in famous memory, and please your majesty, and your great uncle Edward the Plact of Wales, as I have read in the chronicles, fought a most brave battle here in France.
They did, Llewellyn.
Your majesty says very true. If your majesties is remembered of it, the Welshmen did good service in a garden where leeks did grow. Wherein leeks in their Monmouth caps, which your majesty know, to this hour is an honourable badge of service. And I do believe your majesty takes no scorn to wear a leek upon St. Teddy's Day.
I wear it for a memorable honour, for I am Welsh, you know, good countryman.
Oh, no water and wine cannot wash your majesty's Welsh blood out of your potty. I can tell you that. God bless you and preserve it, as long as it pleases his grace, and his majesty too.
Thanks, good my countrymen.
Aye, Shisu, I am your majesty's countryman. I care not who know it. I will confess it to all world. I need not be ashamed of your majesty. Praised be God, so long as your majesty is an honest man.
God keep me so. Our heralds go with him. Bring me just notice of the numbers dead on both our parts. Call yonder fellow hither.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm glad that we were able to do that. You came late. Let me find let's find a monologue for you to do, and then we will call it a day. Bring up the wheel.
Did you start early today, or did just few people?
No, we started noon, like usual. I gotta change the wheel.
So maybe
here.
not so many people here today.
Yeah, I was mentioning. I'll say another word about that before we go. You weren't here when I said. Okay, so spinning for your monologue. If music be the food of love, for the opening of 12th night.
Okay. Okay, let me see here. Okay. 16, homepage.
It's the very, very beginning of the play.
Uh-huh.
The 12th night. If music be the food of love.
Okay.
Okay, so whenever you're ready, go ahead.
Yes, I'm ready. If music be the food of love, play on. Give me excess of it, that surfeiting the appetite may sicken and so die. That strain again, it had a dying fall. Oh, it came o'er my ear like a sweet sound that breathes upon a blank of violets, stealing and giving odor. Enough, no more. 'Tis not so sweet now as it was before. O spirit of love, how quick and fresh art thou, that notwithstanding thy capacity receiveth as the sea, not enters there of what validity and pitch soe'er, but falls into abatement and low price, even in a minute, so full of shapes is fancy that it alone is high fantastical. Is there more?
Hey, nice. All right. So before we go, I just want to mention, put everybody back. There's only 5 of us here, and John asked. He said he thought that I started early or something, or some reason why there's so few people here. I already mentioned that. Sheila had mentioned she had a prior commitment. That's the reason for her. But in terms of other people, I'm not sure. I mentioned, as you know, there are some features about this new streaming software that I like better, but some people had issues with it. I don't know. I'm wondering if that's the reason. John thought maybe I started early. That was the reason. But I would like to talk with people over the next week and see if even though I'm preferring this, if people really hate this and that's the reason they're not showing up anymore, then we'll go back to restream. Henry, you had
I think there are a lot of people away at the moment. I know there's a lot of people on vacation.
Okay, yeah.
I know, but also about this stream. I mean, it does make me nervous that I might not be able to get in. And so if I was going to be late, I might not turn up. But I mean, we've got if it's only going to be 6. Well, we've got 5 in at the moment, so one more. I mean, it's going to be a bit just
It's just more juggling.
boxed in. Yes, a lot of juggling and.
Actually, my question was not this.
Because even the other one we're limited to 8 with that one, so the same thing.
But there you're just sitting in a room and you see us, whereas the other one you have to actually have another page open and be able to put a comment, right?
Yeah. Okay. Well, we got a week to think about it, and even with the small group, I love you guys. It's always fun, even with a small group.
Absolutely.
But,
yes, thank you very
much.
It's great
to do.
My question was actually based not on the fact that there were fewer people, because I couldn't quite. My screens were all messed up. I didn't know how many people were here. I was just looking at the clock, and it was 12:30, and we were already on the teens, you see. And I went, so that was sort of where that came from. But not now that I know there are fewer people. That's obviously the reason. Yes.
Yeah. So that's the thing. I mean, I had ideas of things I could do to the stream, but I mean, I don't. If I'm driving people away, I want to know it, and because love you all. Don't want to miss out on everybody gracing us with their presence every Saturday. It's a lot of fun, and I hope to see you guys next Saturday. And people watching, same thing. We'll work out what kinks we're having, and we look forward to continue till further notice doing this every Saturday, because it's a lot of fun every Saturday. The Wheel of Shakespeare. Don't miss us. So bye, everybody. Have a good week. We'll see you next Saturday.
Thank you.